Men in 2025 today are failing worse than ever, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, all aspects of being a man. And here's the thing, guys, this is not by accident, it is by design. And if you stay with me to the end of this video, I'm gonna break down exactly why this is happening and how you can get out of it. I'm gonna cover 4 important reasons and the biggest reasons that men are failing today. So stay with me till the end. And do me a favor, if you're a man that wants to grow more in your life, click subscribe and make sure you turn your notifications on because I'm putting videos out like this all the time. Let's just look at some facts here to display just how true it is that men are honestly falling apart in a lot of ways in our modern world. Testosterone levels are at an all-time low. So in today's world, our testosterone levels for guys that are younger, right? I'm 31, so guys my age and even beneath me, you know, our testosterone levels are a fraction of what our grandfathers used to be, right? My grandfather was part of the World War II generation. Those guys had much higher levels of testosterone than us. So it's been rapidly declining. And this is not really the video where we're gonna get into this, but there's good reasons for that. Now, the second thing that's going on is that men are honestly just directionless and there's no purpose for a lot of men. So because of this, in our modern world, this is leading to a lot of anxiety and depression. Because for men, what often makes us feel depressed is a couple things. Number one, we don't feel like we have respect from other people. We want to be respected. More than anything, we want to be respected by women. We want to be respected by other men. We want to have direction and purpose. We want to feel like the suffering that we go through in this life is worth it. It's for some bigger, larger purpose, right? This is why you can even look at some of the greatest books ever written. One of my favorite books is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. He was a Holocaust survivor, right? And he talked about how people in the concentration camps could actually find meaning in their lives and purpose, even in that suffering. So what's really important in life is that we have a reason and a meaning for keeping us here on this earth. It doesn't matter that we're not in the horrible conditions that people were in concentration camps, but we are here on this earth and we do need to have purpose. And this is why men just seek out distractions and go and do things that are not productive for them because they don't have the direction and the focus for their lives. So as I told you, I'm gonna break down 4 reasons that most men are failing today. And the first one I'm gonna start with is actually very simple, what we were already talking about. It's not having a purpose, okay? So a man without direction and purpose in his life is aimless. And when you're aimless, this is very problematic. If you don't have something to aim toward and work at, your life is gonna be very hollow. And when it's very hollow, you're going to let yourself get distracted with things that don't matter, okay? I don't need to be the one to remind you of this, but I'm going to remind you of this. And I'm not being cliche here, but you have one life. That's it. There is no redo button. And no matter what you believe about, life after death or any of these kind of things, there's one fact. You are on this earth right now and you have the time you've been given. You don't know how long it is. You don't know where it's going, okay? The thing is, you need to take direction and develop a purpose for yourself. What this does is this allows you to make decisions and take actions that align with something bigger, okay? If you don't develop a purpose for yourself, what will happen is society will assign you one. Okay, you will end up developing somebody else's purpose and vision for their life. That's what happens. If you're not a man that develops your own, you will be granted and given somebody else's, right? So people like me that have our own purpose and vision for our life, we work and we build things, and then other people that don't build things, they end up being hired by people like us to work and do these things. Okay, just so you understand that. This isn't something nefarious, it's just the way life works. So you want to be the person that is at the driver's seat of that. You want to be in the driver's seat of your own life. I'm not saying you have to be an entrepreneur. I'm not saying you have to own your own business. What I'm saying is that you want to be the person in charge, right? Maybe for you, life and your purpose is being a mechanic and fixing cars because it gives you purpose to do that. Maybe it's being a doctor. Maybe it's being a surgeon. Maybe it's being a YouTuber. Maybe it's being a fitness influencer. Whatever your purpose is in life, it needs to derive from a place so that every action you take aligns with that, right? If you don't know what actions to take, you're gonna be lost. Reason number 2 is that most men today are addicted to comfort. Everything in our modern society is designed to make you comfortable. I'm sitting right now in this house. It is air conditioned. It feels great. And outside there in Florida, it's really hot. It's like 85 degrees, okay? So if I just sit in here all day and I don't want to do anything and I just sit here and there's a TV next to me right here, I just want to watch that TV and Netflix, and then I want to go in that kitchen and let's say if I had unhealthy food here, I cooked up a bag of frozen pizza or something, not a bag of pizza, frozen pizza, right? And I wanted to put that on there and then bring that out here and just snack on that and eat that, I could do that. And then I could pop some porn on the TV, chase cheap dopamine, whatever, okay? Now, I want to be clear in saying something. There's nothing wrong with watching TV. There's nothing wrong with eating pizza. There's nothing wrong with even watching porn sometimes. Believe it or not, yeah, that's not always a bad thing. Now, the thing is, if you're letting these things run your life, if you're waking up without that purpose and direction, you're going to result to these things, okay? You're going to result to being comfortable. And one of the reasons why men are lacking testosterone the way that our grandfathers didn't lack testosterone is because of this fact. So what your brain wants is dopamine. Dopamine is fulfilled, mainly it's a reward chemical, right? So these things like junk food, porn, video games, Netflix, they give our brains cheap access to dopamine. It's very easy, quick hits of it, right? So what you really want to do is set some hard goals for yourself that make you work hard. One way you can do this right now without even trying is literally just going to the gym and training really hard, okay? And then when you're done at the gym, you can go in the sauna and really challenge yourself. Stay in there for 10, 15 minutes, right? That will make you uncomfortable. You will learn if you do this over and over and over again that being uncomfortable is the key to growth. It's the key to success. So the more uncomfortable you can learn to become, the better you'll be. And then what happens is the real way to reward yourself and actually enjoy these activities like watching Netflix or playing video games is when you live a life that's very uncomfortable and then you take a break from it. You watch Netflix, you play video games, right? That's the key. It's when you don't fixate on these things and make them your staples in your life. That's the real key. Number 3, it's that men today are soft. And this isn't just me saying it in some cliche thing that everybody says. No, men today lack mental toughness, all right? Now, listen, I used to lack this 100%. I wanted everything just handed to me. I didn't want to have to work for things. You think I wanted to work to build my physique, right? No, I just wanted to wake up and have the physique. But here's the thing, and you need to understand this. What really matters in life is not actually attaining the physique or getting the car or getting the girl or making a lot of money. It's who you become in the process. And what happens is if you just have these things handed to you, you don't become the man that got them, right? And you need to understand that the man that achieves the car or the money or the physique or the external validation of success or whatever it is, that's what you want. You want to become that man because that man's powerful and he can recreate those things over and over and over again. Now, if you just wait for these things to come to you, number one, they won't ever come to you. But even if you could wave a magic wand and make yourself into what you want to be, as somebody that's done this, I'm telling you, you don't want to do that. You do not want to do that because what you become in the process is what will make you magnetic, what will give you presence, and what will separate you from these other weak men that I'm talking about. If you don't want to be that man that fails in all these aspects of life, you want to build yourself and become the kind of man that commands presence, that commands success. And that's only built by being mentally tough. And the reason for that is because getting anywhere in life is going to require you to go through really hard times and embrace that suffering. Number 4 is that too many men rely on external validation. Look, I'll be totally transparent with you. This is only something recently that I've mastered. Now, I used to be somebody that highly chased, likes on Instagram or listeners for my band or YouTube video views or, some other metrics of external validation, maybe even women, right? Anything that's external to you. I have to tell you this. This will be your biggest challenge. This will 100% be your biggest challenge because we are wired to seek that. We're wired to seek external validation. Especially if you're somebody that's been doubted and you've had to work really hard to get to where you are and people doubt you, right? People sitting there and saying, good job, right? Giving you thumbs up, pat on the back. Well, I think your music's awesome. I think your physique's great. I'm so proud of you, blah, blah, blah. These are all what will make you feel better about yourself, no matter what you're going through and what you're embracing, right? A woman standing next to you and thinking you're attractive and patting you on the back and being your, emotional support animal when you're struggling, that will make you feel better about yourself. Now, true self-mastery is relinquishing the need for this external validation. As I said, all these things, this is the hardest one because this is really the last beast to tackle for most guys because a lot of drives guys to escape the failing way that so many other weak men are living today is external validation. They want to not be weak. Why? Because they want more women or they want a great woman in their life. They want rewarded for things. They want praise, they want power, they want influence. But the problem is that if you're chasing these things, they're going to leave you empty. And the problem becomes when you're sitting in my position, for example, like I am today, right? I'm sitting here today and my YouTube channel, which was doing really good back in last year, and I took a break from it. Now I'm getting crushed by the algorithm and I'm getting really low view counts. This video might not get a lot of view counts, but you can help me with that if you share it with your friends. But regardless, the point is that if you don't relinquish that need for external validation, you're never gonna push through the dark times that are required to get you to where you wanna be. I'm glad you've made it to the end of this video. If you've watched thus far, then obviously you care about not being one of these weak, broken, failing men. And the thing is, guys, the only way for you to ensure this does not become you and that you make this year truly the year you start to step up and reclaim your power as a man is by taking action. You can sit here and watch this video all day. You can listen to me talk. You can go listen to the rest of my videos, watch the rest of my videos, listen to podcasts, listen to motivational books or whatever it is. And guess what? If you don't take action, none of it matters. So when you're done liking this video, subscribing, and sharing it with a friend, go out there in the world and start taking action on the things you know will better you.